Back in the day when the radio played and CDs spun our nights away. From grunge to grooves and R&B, 95 was the place to be. We're digging deep, 1 week at a time. Every album, every rhyme. It's more than music, it's a vibe. Come with us, let's take that ride. 52/1995. We're bringing that year back alive. From basement tapes to billboard highs, rewind the sound, relive the drive. Oh, 52/1995. Drop the needle, feel that jive. 1 year, 1 track at a time. Dive, yeah, let's dive. Spinning loud, feel the flash. Britpop dreams and alt rock crash. Hip hop truth, electronic night. Every beat still burns so bright. 52/1995. It's not just songs, it's a time capsule dive. Talking twos and shake our lives. Tune and turn up and ride that high, yeah. 52/1995. Weekly drops, we keep it live. Let's rewind the vibe.
Help. Sorry, I had a cough.
I got your picture.
It was never a phase. Welcome in, everybody, to 52/1995, your live music conversation podcast for diving deep into the music of 1995. This is our first expansion into the 52 universe from our sister podcast, 52/1995 Movies. I am your host, Alyssa, and I am joined this week, as always, by Cody, my fantastic co-host. Cody, say hello to the beautiful people.
Beautiful people, the beautiful people. Ba-da-da-da-da.
Just writing a song for y'all, right off the dome.
I didn't write that. Marilyn Manson wrote that.
Oh, well.
Now
sorry.
you know.
Now I know. Marilyn Manson is not on my list of folks I would like to listen to.
Oh, you're missing out.
I'm sure.
There's some good stuff. Marilyn Manson's got some good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even know when that song came out. I want to say like 97, 98 or something like that. 96. It would have been the next year.
I was going to say not 95 because he's not on the list. If you're tuning in for the first time and have no idea what we're doing here, welcome. We're so glad you came. Each week, there's 52 weeks in a year, right? So we are going to explore one album each week for the year 1995. We're going to dive deep into the important releases, talk about them in detail. This week's release, I am very excited to talk about because it is one of the most important albums and songs of 95. And each month we do explore a new genre or theme in music. And this month's theme, this is the last week of the month. It is our final hip hop episode. And today's album is Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio. So before we get into it, Cody, I want to ask you, what is your experience with this album, with Coolio, with maybe the song Gangsta's Paradise? We definitely chatted about it a few weeks ago on 52/Movies, where we talked about Dangerous Minds.
Dangerous Minds, yeah. And that soundtrack, and I don't know if you have facts on the soundtrack and all that stuff, but I know that the soundtrack was a huge success, and mostly because of the song Gangsta's Paradise. I knew about this song. I knew about Coolio. I thought Coolio was awesome from my 8-year-old mind. This is another artist that, like, out of all the hip hop artists that we've talked about, Coolio is the one that I did know about back in the 90s because I did see these music videos. I remember seeing a couple of these, including Gangsta's Paradise music video. How I could. We didn't have him. I didn't have MTV growing up, so I've talked about it on here several times. There was this like UHF channel that had all these music videos on there, and a couple of them were these Coolio songs. I liked Coolio. I thought he was cool. I mean, it's in his name. He had the cool like hair that was doing funky stuff all the time. I thought that was awesome.
He has a very distinct look.
Oh yeah, very distinct look. And like I was a little surprised when I saw the cover of this album and he had the horns, and I was like, that's so cool. That's even cooler. I mean, it's his name, Coolio. So that's really my experience with him, and my prior knowledge to this. But like the song Gangsta's Paradise, we can jump right into it. I'm gonna drop a bomb.
Okay.
I think Gangsta's Paradise might be the most essential hip hop song of the 1990s. I think it is. I think it is the most important and most essential song for the 90s.
For hip hop.
For hip hop, especially hip hop, yes.
You know what? I can get behind that. I think that's a solid call out. I mean, this was the #1 hip hop song of the year. It is in multiple Billboard lists as like one of the top hip hop songs ever. Even globally, especially globally, this is one of the most popular hip hop songs ever, let alone of the 90s. So I would agree. I think that makes sense. It's so recognizable. Everybody knows it. Everyone knows the chorus. Everyone knows the opening beats, the opening lines. Like, you'd be hard pressed to find someone who doesn't. I know this song.
Yeah, and I'm not, and I am also not saying that this is the best song of the best hip hop song of the 90s. I'm not saying that Coolio's the best rapper of the 90s. It's strictly like, I think that this song crosses genres better than any of the other artists that we've talked about. And that's just 95. But like, I mean, we've talked about Tupac and Biggie and how huge they were in the 90s, but their music feels a little bit less accessible to everyone.
Well, that is something that came up in like my research, is that this is, again, one of the most successful rap songs of all time. Coolio has kind of been credited, specifically Gangsta's Paradise has been credited with changing the course of hip hop in popular culture. This song is what brought hip hop to a wider audience. This is, I think, really the reason that we have such a big rap and hip hop craze in the top 40 in the 2000s. This is really what sets it off. Like the early 2000s, we get Eminem and Nelly and 50 Cent, and we're just getting like flooded in Billboard top 40, top 100 with rap and hip hop and even R&B, Usher, and this, I feel like, is the song that sends it that way, that gives us the revolution in the early 2000s.
Yeah, and I also think that it paves the way for future artists and people not too far out to be as successful and pop with the hard P sound there, pop on the radio, get mainstream radio play. I'm not saying that didn't exist before this, but there are a lot of like, especially like gangsta rap, and with the West Coast, East Coast thing, like those songs weren't making it on the radio. Not mainstream radio anyway. And there are some, there are some in there that do California Love, but I think that again, that comes after this. And then I think there's a lot of people like me, and maybe even some of the people that are older than me in this time frame that go back after Coolio, and they're like, "Oh, I like Coolio. Who's this? Learn. Maybe I should check out Snoop Dogg. Maybe I should check out Bone Thugs. Maybe I should check out Tupac and Biggie."
Yeah.
And their love of hip hop grows because of songs like this. Like, I think this is a great gateway song.
Yeah. Agreed. I think I will add, I think this is a great gateway album.
Yeah.
I think the album has a little bit of something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
There's this one is definitely, I think, the most digestible or the most commercial, I'll say. This is like, I can put 5 or 6 or 7 of these songs on top 40 radio and they'd get good play. You know, and he had a couple singles from the album. Of course, Gangsta's Paradise is the biggie, is the song, is his song. This is what he is known for. He's not a one-hit wonder by any means, but like, you cannot, if someone said, you know, what's your favorite, you know, what's the number one song that comes to mind when you think of Coolio, and they don't say Gangsta's Paradise, that'd be shocking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is not just the most digestible song or the gateway song. I think this is a gateway album.
I think this is a great 95 album too, because and I'm, you know, in the way of our list and everything, that's not what I'm talking about, but I'm talking about how it is the middle of the decade. They're right in the slapped in the middle of the decade. And I think that this album encapsulates both old school hip hop and new school hip hop, because I'm sitting here listening to this and I'm like, oh yeah, this feels very late 80s, early 90s in some of these songs. And then you have another song and it hits like a Tupac song.
Yeah.
And I think because of the different, and I feel like we've gotten a lot of different vibes with the last 4 albums that we listened to, like whether it's more lyrical based or whether it is, you know, it is right in that gangsta West Coast, East Coast thing, or we have Midwest people in there throwing in their own style. We really have gotten a lot of different styles in just 5 albums plucked from 95. And obviously these won't be our like last hip hop album of the year, but no, I thought we got a really, really good mix of this genre. So
I agree. It was a little charcuterie board, little taste of everything. Question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think Gangsta's Paradise gets as popular as it does without Dangerous Minds?
It's crazy because I think that's such a double-edged sword too. Because I don't think Dangerous Minds is as successful if Gangsta's Paradise isn't on that movie.
And again, I've heard Gangsta's Paradise. I have never heard of Dangerous Minds.
Yeah.
Those two things are not synonymous to me. I've never, again, I didn't watch the movie this go around, but I've also never heard of it before until this podcast. So to me, it's like, you know, I don't think Gangsta's Paradise needed Dangerous Minds. I think Dangerous Minds needed Gangsta's Paradise.
Absolutely needed.
But I do wonder what would the, you know, the fervor around it be like without the movie.
Yeah. Because and I don't know, and I'm sure you've got the notes there of how this album did, and maybe you have notes on how well the single did for Gangsta's Paradise, but like I know that the movie made $179 million, and that's huge for one, that type of movie, and two, that's big numbers in 1995. Like, we're not talking Jurassic Park numbers, but that's no slouch. Like, that's close to the top. That's close to the top 10. It's number 11 on that year, or somewhere around there. Yeah, it's
impressive.
It is impressive, and that movie is not strong enough without that song. They put it in there every chance they could get. So
yes, it does catapult it, and it's such a hard song. It's so good.
Yeah,
just the do like the intro's iconic. The song is iconic. The chorus, it really does elevate whatever it is added to.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a chicken and egg situation, you know?
Yeah. True. Very true. Well, I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know.
You want to learn more about Mr. Coolio and this album?
Yeah. Let's learn a little bit more about him.
All right, this week's title and album is Gangster's Paradise by Coolio. It is 17 songs long, 1 hour and 4 minutes. I will say it went by quickly for me. That was not, it didn't feel like it dragged. I felt like, I feel like that no, the songs had enough variety to them that
Mhm.
I was still engaged by the end. Because sometimes when you get to the end of the album, I'm like, thank God.
Yeah.
Um, but this one, I felt if for an over an hour album, it felt shorter than some of our 45-minute albums.
Yes. I just think about some of those 45-minute albums and I
Remember when
got
we listened to Goldie?
oh gosh.
It was 2 hours
That
long.
first song felt like it was 45 minutes long.
It did. But Coolio, born artist Leon Ivy Jr., or birthday is August 1st. So we're close to his birthday. Again, known by his stage name as Coolio, was an American rapper. Do you know what Coolio was before he was Coolio? What his stage name was?
Uncoolio?
Julio Iglesias.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. So he got a reputation and got a nickname. Then people just called him Coolio Iglesias because he was just so smooth.
Like Julio
And
Iglesias. That's funny.
yes, and then it just cut, and he was like, I'm just gonna go by Coolio. So that's where it came from. I'm like, incredible. That just makes
Wow.
Coolio so much cooler. It made me think of Hoodie Allen,
Mhm.
being again another rapper who's got like a switched up name from a different famous person. Yeah, Coolio Iglesias. Love
Nice.
that.
That's
Um,
very cool. Did not know.
yes, I was dying. Um, again, best known for this is what he's known for. Best known for Gangsta's Paradise, that is credited for changing the course of hip hop by bringing it to a wider audience. In 1995, the film Dangerous Minds, Coolio released the song featuring R&B singer LV. It became one of the most successful rap songs of all time, topping Billboard 100 charts for 3 weeks. Originally, this song was not meant to be on one of Coolio's studio albums. This was supposed to just be a one-off,
Mm.
but due to its success, Coolio included it on the album, making it the title track. Another fun fact: it interpolates the chorus and music from the song "Pastime Paradise" by Stevie Wonder, which was recorded like nearly 20 years before this song. So that's where I know that that's something that you find or you're interested in. Where does this
Mhm.
sample come from? So Stevie Wonder sample. Unfortunately, Coolio did pass away in September of 2022 at 59 years old from an accidental overdose of fentanyl, heroin, and methamphetamine. So a very tragic way to go. It's really sad to like, read through his history. Apparently, he, had some run-ins and some issues with drugs as a young adult or like even as a teenager. Um, spent and ended up like getting spent to spend time with his dad, got clean, attributed him getting clean to his religion and his faith, and unfortunately that didn't stick. The clean part, at least.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it's always really unfortunate to hear about those tragic passings. On the one hand, he did live to, you know, be older than some of the other counterparts that we have seen, and that based on the songs and the history and what we know about life in some of these spaces, that doesn't necessarily happen always to live past the age of 22, 23, 25, 27. But still very unfortunate passing.
Yeah, I never even thought about that. 3 out of the 5 that we're talking about are gone.
Three,
Is it 3? I'm pretty sure it's
two,
3.
well, Tupac,
Tupac
Big L. Oh,
and
I
this
get.
and
Oh yeah,
Coolio,
yeah,
3.
Coolio. I thought you meant 3 out of the 5 were shot.
Mm-mm.
No, two
No,
out of the
2 out of the
five,
5 were shot.
but one has passed.
Yes.
Uh, and yeah, I don't know about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody in Bone Thugs is still hanging
They're still
around.
alive, yeah.
Okay. And just
And Jizza.
in terms of did this album chart? Yeah, absolutely. It was certified 2 times platinum by the RIAA, sold more than 2 million copies in the United States alone. It was the number one single in the United States for all genres. So, in 1995, across all genres, this was the number one single overall, which is crazy. And fun fact, it is the first ever rap single to go straight to #1 in Britain.
Wow.
So a huge global performance, especially in the UK. And at the 1996 Grammy Awards, the song won Coolio a Grammy Award for Best Rap Solo Performance. So I think that's well deserved. The only other thing I want to add, and it speaks to what Chat was saying just a moment ago, the song did create some controversy when Coolio claimed that comedy musician Weird Al Yankovic had not asked for permission to parody the song "Gangsta's Paradise" with Amish Paradise. And I believe you've told me he's the only artist who's ever complained about a Weird Al.
He's the only
parody.
one. He's the only one that ever, who has ever complained about it. I think Weird Al has asked one other person if they could do it, and they said no, and he said, "Okay, that's cool." But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just him.
Wild. But again, that's another. Again, for Weird Al to cover your song, it's got to be pretty impactful for the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like a compliment.
Well, and I think Coolio has come out on record and was like, "Yeah, I made such a big deal out of that and should not have, because it was it makes me look bad, pretty much."
Yeah,
that
it does. It's a bummer. There's a
Yeah.
whole section on Wikipedia about plagiarism or controversy, and this is what comes up. I'm like,
Oh, for
this is
real?
our parody and plagiarism, and this being a controversy with this song. And I'm like, that's insane that there's a section on Wikipedia about it, that it was that big of a deal. But yeah, we still get those songs, so we didn't get one taken away. But that's all I have. That's just some high level facts. Again, this is, I believe, his second or third studio album. He's been doing really well up to this point, but this is the album. There's not much before, not much. I mean, there's stuff before and after, but this is it. So wanted to really focus on that. Anything you want to add before we get into the song breakdown?
No, I think the Grammys are so weird, because
They are so
I was
weird.
just looking at some of this stuff. Obviously, this single wins the Grammy, but then something new, or 1, 2, 3, 4, something new, that gets nominated the following year for the same best rap solo, and he doesn't win. But it's so interesting that they do it that way. Like, it's singles get released in different years, and then it falls under a different category. But then albums, when the album comes out, again, we talk about the Grammys and how dumb they are all the time. But
Yeah, I was thinking of that somewhat recently with Chapel Roan. I think we've talked about this on this podcast, but she performed a song, a single in October of last year. Didn't release it until the end of January, so almost 3-4 months later. And that has been said, hey, this song is going to be part of a new project, like a new album. No word of the album, at all. And we're almost to August. She is putting out another single, I believe, this Friday. But again, October of last year, now we're getting into August of this year.
yeah, it's almost
I
been a
mean,
full year.
yeah, that single was released in January. So if anything, if she's going to get nominated for that, it's going to be for the 2026 Grammys, and I'm sure this album would go for the 2027, depending on if it comes out, when it comes out.
Well, and I mean, the Grammys are screwed up anyway. When Sabrina Carpenter and Noah Kahan are both nominated for Best New Artist, and it's like, no, we've had 3 studio albums come out before any of those, and Sabrina Carpenter's
Carpenter had 6.
6. Yeah, I was about to say, she's ancient by these. But Noah Kahan, I think he had 2 before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I would say that he's more of a breakout than she was. I mean, she's incredible. This isn't disparaging either of them. Big fans of both. But it is silly that we're and to say with Chapel Roan had 3 albums before her Rise and Fall of the Midwest.
And I know that some stuff gets released independently, and anybody can they can pay to have some of their stuff on Spotify or released or any of that stuff, and that's certainly possible. But those artists, especially like Sabrina Carpenter, has multiple albums out. I bring up Sabrina Carpenter all the time.
You love some Sabrina.
Okay, diva. You know.
Okay, Diva.
Okay, diva. Inside joke. Sorry.
What what are your favorite songs? The ones that stuck, or the songs that stuck out to you that you want to chat about today? Because I've
So
got notes on all of them.
So I honestly, I kind of limited myself a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know why. Um, but Gangsta's Paradise, obviously. I knew we were going to talk about it. Cruising. I love Cruising.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, something new. And
Hmm.
then kind of high, kind of drunk.
Okay.
Uh,
Excellent.
I did have some minor notes on a thing going on and Get Up, Get
Yeah.
Down.
Okay. Yeah. Let's chat about those. Um, we already talked about Gangsta's Paradise, but I do have a couple extra things I want to say about it, and you might too. Um, we've talked about the warning song on each of these
Yeah.
albums, and this is kind of the warning song. But I feel this is the least amount of warning song. Like it's the, or
Yeah.
it's maybe the most sneaky of a warning song. Because like the lyrics are like, I can't live a normal life. I was raised by the streets. Am I going to live to be 24? I'm 23 right now. Um, it's and like the ones that we heard are you and me. Like there's it's a really like kind of existential or internal song about the life that he lives, but it's also just like more observational. I don't think there's
Mhm.
actually like a warning to heed. It's just like sitting like observing the world that you're in.
Yeah, no, as I was listening to it again, I was trying to find one that was a little bit more, and I think there's elements in a lot of the different, a lot of some of the other song, or not a lot of the other songs, but um, it's very similar. So maybe there isn't necessarily, a, hey, don't do as I do, do as I say.
Hmm.
Maybe on Smiling when he's talking about his kid.
Maybe. Yeah, that makes sense. Do
Who
you have
knows?
any do you have anything else to add on that one?
On Gangster's Paradise,
Yeah.
is Amish Paradise better? Um, no, it's
Chat, let us know what your
Chat, let
thoughts
us
are.
know. Is being Amish better than being gangsta?
He really did take a completely opposite situation.
Right. It's not even like, and that's the thing about Weird Al's parodies, are like they're never making fun of the song. It's always about, it's just something crazy like beat it, eat it. It's about, and I'm fat. Like
It is solely about like they just he's like, let me figure out how to rhyme a convent like I either come up with a rhyme or
yeah.
I come up with something like I just use the one I always think of is Do I Make You Proud from Taylor Hicks on American Idol,
Hmm.
in which Weird Al wrote Do I Creep You Out? Great song.
Or trapped, or when he does Trapped in the Drive-Through. They're always like food based. I
Funny
love
man.
Weird Al.
What an interesting human. I
He
love
should
that
be in
man.
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that's a real crime that he's not.
You know what? I bet he would. I bet they would add him in there at some point.
I
I mean,
mean,
they have a whole exhibit on SNL and comedy and music.
that's true.
They had the Dick in the Box guys. He's my dick in a box. What's your next one?
What did I say? Oh, Cruising.
Cruisin'. Yes. I like this one. I think this is like the perfect driving around in California song.
It has the sample. Obviously, the chorus is a sample of the song "Cruisin'." Who Smokey Robinson, I guess, is the person that sings that song originally.
Mhm.
Um, Great little love song, just about riding together.
Yeah.
I like this song a lot. I really like. I think this is the first song we get Malika on.
I was gonna ask, do you know who the singer is?
I
Because or
mean,
the rapper.
I looked her up because I was like, oh, I wonder if she had anything else out there, and I think she only ever collabed uh with him. I think maybe she might have some songs out on Spotify, but like never got the popularity or anything. I honestly thought it was going to be somebody.
Like a
Um,
background singer.
I thought it was, when I looked it up, I thought it was going to be somebody bigger, maybe like, somebody from, maybe it was like Salt and Peppa, or it was Queen Latifah or somebody like that. I knew it wasn't them, but but then I was like, oh, Malika, I don't know who she is, and then
Yeah.
I couldn't find too much about her. I see she's got some stuff on Spotify, but yeah, not a real huge not a real huge rapper. Um, but I really liked her verse. I thought she was great.
Yeah. I love a duet. I'm a sucker for a duet in all capacities. And it's very rare, I feel like, that you get a rap duet. Like, I feel
Hmm.
like when Nicki kind of hit the scene, we got a lot more of that because she was part of Young Money. She'd rap with Lil Wayne and Drake, and she'd be on a lot of those tracks. But it's not most of a it's not necessarily a duet, it's more of a feature. Like Nikki
Hmm.
loves a feature. Like you have a song going on, she comes in for the bridge, and that's it. And they're not, it's almost like it's her own individual entity from the song itself. These two are together. Like this is in theory, like a couple rapping to each other. They're in the car together, they're having a fun time together. It is a
Yeah,
true duet.
they're definitely
And
having a fun time together.
they're having a great time, and good for them, consenting adults. um
One thing, one thing I like about Malika, and she does it in the other song that she's featured on too, at the end of this, is she never says the N word in the tradition. She
yeah.
always says it with a Y at the end of it, and I think
Y-
it's great. I
it
love it.
uh,
Like, I don't want to say it, obviously, but
no,
like,
no, I did a really deep dive into the lyrics in this album because I feel like I haven't done as deep of a dive in the previous ones, and I'm just reading it and I'm like, that's new.
she says it all the time. I was like, yeah, that's unique.
It is funny. Like it is unique, it is different, it kind of does set her apart as a rapper. It is funny. And I was just like, girl.
Did you see anything in your research? I didn't look it up. The About the 40 Thieves. Is that like their rap
No.
group or
I think
what?
40 Thieves might be a person.
Okay.
I don't know because I actually wrote it down every time 40 because I think it is 40. I think it is a person. Let me look.
It's a duo. I just
It's
looked.
a duo. Okay. So I will say anytime 40 Thieves is on as a feature, they have my favorite lyrics.
Okay.
I really liked their pieces. And yeah, I didn't realize they were a duo. I thought it was that one person, but no, that's very cool.
One of the times they have there's a line in the back of, or there's a line in the song. I don't know if it's in this one. It might be in the one at the end, where they say like 39, or if you mess with me, you got 39 more coming behind me. And I was like, oh, is this 40? Is this talking about 40 Thieves? And because of the number and everything. So I didn't know if you had seen anything, but yeah,
Now,
could have Googled it
also,
myself.
what a cool name.
Very
Like,
cool name.
I also like I think about 40 Thieves. I also think about there's a line in here about Aladdin, like
Hmm.
on one of the songs. When did the Aladdin movie come out?
Oh, like 91 or 2.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, how do they have so many Aladdin references? Because I thought it didn't come out till
They have
like
a they have a ton of references, and I'm like, wow, that just came out. Like,
yeah. I was
um,
thinking of Mulan. Mulan was
oh yeah,
97, I think, or 98. And I think I got Aladdin and Mulan mixed up. But I was like,
yeah.
how do they know Aladdin? Nobody knows Aladdin yet. Disney hasn't made it. And then I was like, oh no, it's been made. But yeah, I had a lot of questions.
I love it.
Excellent. To talk about a song that we don't have on the list, Exercise Yo Game.
Hmm.
40 Thieves has a line that says, ain't no busters or no suckers on my team or in my mattress.
I like it.
I I don't great line. Ain't no busters, ain't no suckers on my team or in my mattress. I am like everyone I'm with is a winner, whether they're my friend or my lover. And I thought that was cool. I don't know why I like that one.
I just think it's funny, like busting and sucking are two things in the bed that you would want, I think.
In theory. I mean, fair, different terminology. Jesus. I also said I feel like Schmidt would like that song. I heard Exercise Your Game and I was like, this is a Schmidt song. Schmidt listens to this to pump himself up before going out into the world.
29?
20, it gave big 29 energy.
29?
29? Anyway, what do you have next?
I had 1, 2, 3, 4, something new.
Yes, I love this one.
Which I was a little worried that you would not like this song whenever we
Why?
listened to it, because it feels so different than the rest of the album.
Might be
and,
why I like it.
and it feels more like this is like a dance hit, like more of like a dance hip hop. One, you want to hear this in the club and you can get down to this song. I loved this song when I was a kid. I
Oh, okay.
kid you not. I was singing this chorus as an 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid, way more than Gangsta's Paradise, because I think this song is so fun. I used to go around my house singing 1, 2, 3, 4, get your woman on the floor.
Amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, get your woman on the floor.
And I think that this song is a little bit like, one, I think it's got that dance vibe to it, but I also think this has a little bit more of like the late 80s, early 90s stuff when I'm thinking of like the Humpty Dance, or I am thinking of gosh, I'm blanking now.
Rapper's Delight.
Rapper's Delight, things like that. That's what it feels like. And yeah, it just gives us a little bit more. It gives us a little bit of the past, gives us a little bit of the present.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I love this. I think it is. I wrote this is a dance song, and this is so much fun. The 1, 2, 3, 4, get you. And like it's. I also wrote like Bust a Move. Like it is reminiscent
Bust
of
a
those.
Move. Oh God, why couldn't I think of that?
It is. I say both Rapper's Delight and Bust a Move came to mind for me because those are on like the same kind of bouncy beat.
Mm-hmm.
That he does say ain't no party like a Coolio party because a Coolio party don't stop. I cannot find who did that first. Like I can't there's like ain't no party like a West Coast party is with Notorious B.I.G. and Snoop. That comes up like when I search for it. But I'm like, who's the first to say ain't no party like a so-and-so party because a so-and-so party don't stop?
I also think that this song is a really like last week. Was it last week? Who did we do last week? Big L. Big L had a lot of all of his samples and things were more jazzy. I think that Coolio uses a lot more like funk and a lot more disco and 70s beats too, with the with Stevie Wonder on there as well.
Yeah.
And the thing going on like and Cruising is like there's just something different about what Coolio is doing and the kinds of tracks that he's and samples that he's using versus what we had previously, and especially for the rest of the month. But that's just one other thing. Like this feels like a lot more funk, like
I can
Uptown Funk. Yeah,
I can roller skate to this song.
Yeah.
I did have one of the songs towards the beginning. I was like, oh, this is giving me like lo-fi almost, like, which is again reminiscent of 70s funk, but also is very modern. Is like something like lo-fi is really popular right now and has been since like 2020, 2021.
There's a Coolio Muppets music video for this.
So we have to watch that immediately once this is over.
No, I remember this music video too. I think Jamie Foxx is in this music video. And he's, coming off of In Living Color and everything. So
yeah, this is a great song. It is different than like kind of the rest of the album, but it is good.
I love it. And I think it's the second single on this album. I mean, this is the one that gets nominated for a Grammy the following year. So
yes. What is the next one you have? Smiling or a thing going on?
No, I picked Kind of High, Kind of Drunk.
Kind of High, Kind of Drunk. Okay. This needs to be on a lot more drinking playlists.
I love this song. I think this song is awesome. And
Yeah,
yeah,
go
go
for it.
ahead.
I was gonna say the storytelling.
I
It
have that
is
in my notes.
it is reminiscent of Because I Got High in a
Mhm.
way. Like those are good like songs to pair together, Because I Got High and Kind of High Got Drunk. But it almost feels like, and it's not like I think there is something to be said about like 90s rap, or even 80s rap with the storytelling. But we see this so much more in country music. But I love when I see it outside of country music. Like the story is so funny and
Yes,
like
this is a
so
very
good.
funny song.
Yeah. What? Tell me what you have.
So I had the story part about it, and then also wanted to bring up that at the end of the song, he vomits on her titties,
Yeah.
which and says that in the song. I think
Sure
that's
does.
very funny. One thing when we were listening to it together, I turned to you and I was like, the chorus sounds like Damon from Blur or
Mhm.
Gorillaz, and it made me think like it gave me Gorillaz vibes the
Yeah.
whole time, like this whole song. Um, and I was really into it. Come to find out, the sample is actually Schoolie D from the song Saturday Night,
Huh.
which I don't. Whenever it comes to like samples and things like that, and what they pull from specific songs and how they make them sound different, even though it's the exact same thing you just heard, because this comes from the opening verse of this song. It's not like a hook of that song or anything like that. Like Cruisin' is that whole chorus of Cruisin'.
Right.
But in this one, it's just like the first line of the song, and then they
Mhm.
just toy with it in a way and makes it a cool little hook that gave me
Yeah.
those gorilla vibes or gorillas vibes. So,
Yeah. It's
um,
such a cool sound. He does that a lot, it seems like a thing going on.
mhm,
Right. I saw the title and I went, oh, that reminds me of Me and Mrs. Jones. And then immediately that's what the song is. It's just a rap version of Me and Mrs. Jones. And I was like, this
mhm,
is awesome. Like I love reinventing or putting a fresh take on a classic song. And he does it a lot, whether it's his samples or the chorus or the verse or the concept, like very fun, very good.
and it's a good way for people like lay people, I think, to get into the music too. Like when you take a popular song like Smokey Robinson's Cruisin', or if you take a popular song like Me and Mrs. Jones, and you put those elements into it, I find myself singing along to a song that I don't know the lyrics to, except
Yeah.
I know that and I'm vibing with it. And that's how I felt with that's how I felt with this song. That's how I felt with Cruisin'. That's how I felt with Thing Going On. Like all of those, I was like, yes, I have access to this song,
Hmm.
and I will want to listen to those 3, 4 songs over and over again. Like I
Yeah.
will add probably kind of high, kind of drunk to a playlist, or maybe even Cruisin' to a playlist.
Yeah. I think I I agree. Like they're fun, they're accessible, they're lighthearted too. Like
Mhm.
again, especially this month, not a lot of our music was lighthearted. We had a little
Right.
bit with Bone Thugs. Bone Thugs had their moments, but like this just doesn't feel as dark.
Mhm.
Just it's like the horror core of last week, the dark subject matter,
Mhm.
like death.
Death. I was about to
It,
say Tupac, just talking
if
about
I
him
die
dying.
tonight,
Yeah.
if I die tonight is still the best song of the month, but but it's yeah, it's just like, oh, well, this is uplifting. Like this is nice. It's just not upsetting.
I agree.
Um, yeah, I that's all I had about that one. I said that's how the song ends. He throws up on her boobs. I literally wrote that in. I know. Unfortunate. What else?
Those were really the only 2 that I had, or the only 4 that I had notes on. Like, I had a note on, like, a thing going on, just being like, "This is another love song. This is our 2nd love song on the album."
Yeah,
"Smilin'," of course, is about his baby boy.
yeah, that's cute.
It's
Do you know how
cute.
many kids he has?
10.
10 kids.
Nick
That's a lot of
Cannon
kids.
Nick Cannon, does he have more?
Probably, I think he does. Coolio walks so Nick Cannon could
That's
run.
right. And then the only other thing I had was on Get Up, Get Down, which is kind of a common thing that we've seen a lot of this month is like there's going to be one song on these albums that has 10 people on it.
Yes.
And I think there was like 6 or 7 on that one. Um, And I really
Yes.
I like that one. That one had a really cool like funk beat behind it.
Yeah, the
Using some,
bass line is really
yeah.
great in the background. There's a Crimson Tide reference. Talk about movies.
That might be the one that has all the most references in it. There's a Forrest Gump reference in one of these songs. Yeah, gosh, there was Forrest Gump, there's Crimson Tide, there's Tombstone.
Mm,
There's a Tombstone reference.
so
So
many movies.
I know we should have tried to, if we would have gotten to Coolio sooner, maybe he could have been on the podcast. Talk about movies.
Okay. I do love the chorus of Get Up, Get Down. We bust and cuss and kick up dust, and none of y'all want to fuck with us.
That should be your motto.
Yeah, those are my new affirmations.
I love it. We're getting new affirmations every week just based on all the music and movies that we're watching.
And none of y'all want to fuck with us.
So sometimes I'm like, we're talking about a rap album with the faces that we have, and I'm just like, I would love to know who comes upon this and is like, who, why?
No.
No, yes, that's most of it. It's just like,
Yes.
stop, just stop. White people, stop.
Yes. This is not. It is an equal opportunity. This just happens to be Hip Hop Month, and again, apparently I'm a huge Tupac fan. Apparently I'm a big Coolio fan too. Like I had a great time listening to this album. Well, with that then, what's your favorite song?
I mean, other than Gangsta's Paradise, which I think is so hard to like top, I think I'm leaning towards Kinda High, Kinda Drunk.
Okay. That's a fun one.
It really is that chorus, like, I'm kinda high, I'm kinda drunk. Like, I was really into that one, and it's a funny song. I don't know. I think that's it.
No, that's a good one. That one's new to you too.
Yeah, it is.
You knew 1, 2, 3, 4. I
Mhm.
did not. 1, 2, 3, 4 was my favorite.
Nice. It's so weird that I thought that was definitely going to be one that you were like, this is weird. I don't like
I think that you should because that's happened multiple times throughout this entire project that you're like, you're gonna hate this, and I immediately love it. So anytime you have that thought,
well, there have been some songs where I'm like, did you listen? Like, this is against everything that you love.
last week,
yeah,
last week the no skins, no
yeah,
no ends, no skins was my favorite from the album. That album was rough, but
I love that.
I thought it was funny. Yeah, you're like, did you listen to this? I'm like, I promise I did. What's your least favorite?
I don't necessarily. Again, this is like with most of these hip hop albums, there hasn't been anything that I was just like, this is super offensive to me, or like I hated listening to it. I do think that the back half of the album is a little bit slower, or not slower, is a little bit like on the more, I'm gonna skip over that. So like, Is This Me, Bright as the Sun, The Revolution, stuff like that. I'm just like, that's okay. For My Sisters made me laugh. Because hey, for my sisters.
There's a Harriet Tubman line in there that threw me through a loop.
Yeah.
I was like,
I just remember turning to you. I was like, this is for you. This is your song.
For the sisters.
This is for the sisters. So yeah, the back half of the album, just a couple skips in there.
That's fair. I said Too Hot. I know
Too Hot is a weird song.
It's a weird song. Like another like lo-fi beat, like super chill, cool chorus, but the whole premise is don't have sex because you will get pregnant and die and also get HIV. Like,
yeah, now that you mention it, this is the weirdest song on the album.
It's the weirdest. Because like I agree with you. There's nothing that's like super offensive. There are some on the back half that you're kind of like, oh, okay, it's fine, like not as fun as some of the other ones. That song is just strange.
Yeah, and I guess it like I just looked at stuff, and I guess it comes out like several months after Eazy-E died of AIDS, and so a big loss in the hip hop community, and like, hey, wrap it up, like, or you're gonna die. Like our boy did. So
Right,
It's
which
weird. That is a
it,
weird song.
in the context, again, so much was happening in the 80s and 90s with the HIV and AIDS epidemic. It was not being taken care of properly. It was, people were dying senselessly. Shout out to Mike Pence, you asshat. But fuck you, Mike Pence. You're not allowed on this podcast. But again, so it makes sense to sing or rap or have music to what is going on at the time,
Yeah.
to the climate, right, to the culture. But listening to it in 2025 without any context is very strange. So just to be like, it's like because you will get pregnant and die.
Yeah.
Of AIDS specifically.
Of AIDS, specifically AIDS and nothing else.
I was just it didn't flow very well for me.
Mm-mm.
What about lyrics? What are your favorite lyrics?
I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and my fifth one is a big one, so I don't know if you want to go back and forth.
Oh, I wrote down, I said some as we went through, but I only have two that I wrote down. They're pretty short, so I'll just read mine. The one is from 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's if you got beef, then eat a pork chop.
That's what I had. That was my first one.
I was like, that I'm a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him. Would it be wild if 303 was a pairing for Coolio? I would not do that to Coolio.
No.
I know I love 303. The other one I have is from The Revolution. Actually, I kind of like that one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's ashes to ashes, dust to dust, in my motherfucking self I trust.
I like that.
That was like the hook. And yeah, but I can't trust people, or you have to, watch your back, watch your front, and be like, in my motherfucking self I trust. And I was like, again, another affirmation. My therapist would be proud.
Anything else?
No, what do you got?
I had the one you had, and then I said, I think this one is Malika's verse from Cruisin'. She said, "Put one in my lap, get in and twist the cap, hand him the jizz back, clowning up the coast like that."
Yeah, I was concerned because I was like, logistics.
And then another one is snuggled up, freaky dick, give the drink a sip.
Snuggle up, freaky dick is great.
Give the drink a sip. And then like Doc Holliday, a guy ain't scary, so if you want a trip, then I'll be your Huckleberry. That's a Tombstone reference.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what that is.
And then I liked this whole little set here because of all of the different pop culture references in here and just the metaphors and everything that we're getting. My name ain't Steve Miller, but I fly like an eagle. Don't play me for a chump. I get around like Gump, and I got more con in my verse than Chuck. And you don't want no motherfucking problems here because I can round up a posse like Paul Revere.
That one was a good one.
Lots going on there. So
that was a good one. I did like that. Any others?
Those are the ones I had.
All right. I do want to note Gangster's Paradise, the iconic opening. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life.
Cause I've been laughing, blasting so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone.
Iconic.
My favorite part of that song is the money and the power and the power and the money and the power, minute after minute, hour after hour. Love that.
Very good. What are your music pairings? I only have 2.
I have 3.
Okay.
So I think this one, I think Coolio walked so Ludacris could run.
I love that. Dotted line. That's amazing.
Because I think Ludacris is especially in the 2000s and early 2010s, the most accessible rap artist that we had during that time. He was all over pop radio. He was a great rapper. His lyrics are so good and everybody knows them. Clever. He's funny. He's doing
There's a comedy bit to it. I think of the Move Bitch video, and his arms are massive and just comically big. And Yeah, he is. That's a fantastic pairing.
Yeah, so that is like if I had to pair just those two, that's what I would do. Coolio and Ludacris.
Hmm.
So, and then I also said Ice Cube,
Hmm.
and Warren G. Regulators, mount up. That's it.
Very good.
What
I
about
had
you?
I put 40 Thieves because again, they were my standout as from the features on this album. I was
Mhm.
like, I want to listen to them more. So I'm kind of interested to put the two of them together to kind of see more in that space. I also said Will Smith, which I don't know if that's insulting, because Will Smith is a rapper. He's also just an interesting person. But when I think of like the storytelling, there was a couple songs on here. There was, or maybe it might have been kind of drunk, kind of high, that reminded me of like the Fresh Prince theme song.
No, I
Like
get that. I can see that, and
it's very 90s.
yes, it is. And like a song like, oh god, 1 2. I feel like 1 2 3 4 is a Will Smith-esque song.
Right. Well, it's very similar to Miami.
Yeah, Miami. That's a good one. I was thinking of any of them, Men in Black or Wild Wild West, any of those songs, like super popular, especially in the 90s. Like, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good comparison. I do not think that's offensive. I think if you especially of Will Smith of that time,
Yeah, yeah, not today Will Smith, 90s Will
whatever
Smith.
he's trying to do.
The Fresh Prince and Jazzy J. That's who I'm
Jazzy
referring to.
J, Jazzy J, Jazzy Jeff,
Jazzy Jeff, not Jazzy J.
Jesse J.
Jesse J and
That's where
Jazzy
you're
Jeff.
coming.
Jesus. I
Jesus is a
apologize.
different J.
I apologize to everyone for who I am as a person.
Jesus J.
Jesus J.
Jesus Jeff.
Are you recommending this album to a friend?
Yeah, I think this is a good album. Like I said, I think there are like 5 or 6 standouts on here that I could listen to and not be like not especially a song that I don't have to like really think about too.
Yeah.
Not saying that his lyrics aren't deep or have good poetry in them or anything like that, but some of these are really fun pop songs like bangers and yeah.
Yep.
See the world and then everybody knows Gangsta's Paradise. So like yeah,
Yeah, just to be able to recommend it and be like, hey, everybody knows this song. Have you listened to the rest of the album? Like that is,
mhm.
I think, the most fun situation to recommend an album for. Like, I don't have to convince somebody to be like, hey, Coolio's great. They know Coolio's great, but they just probably don't know other Coolio songs.
Mhm.
So to be like, hey, so he's not just a one-hit guy or one-hit wonder. That's not the only good song on the album. You should dive deep.
Yeah. I agree.
100%.
I am very glad that I listened to this album.
Me too. I enjoyed it. What's your 5-star rating?
I gave it a 3.9.
3.9. You're getting so specific and I love it. Why 3.9? Why not a full 4?
Because I looked at the things that I gave a 4 to, and I was like, do I like it better than that? But did I like this better than I like Tupac's album? And I did. And so that's what, yeah.
That's fair. I gave it a 4.5.
Oh, wow.
I really enjoyed this. It was easy listening. Maybe it's, I mean, again, I don't know. Maybe I feel differently if we listen to it towards the beginning of the month. Like Tupac's album blew me away. Like I was like, this is artistry, right? I just had a fun time. This
Yeah.
was fun. I'm going to come back to these songs. I feel like some of these albums that we've listened to in the last couple weeks, not just hip hop, but even like the month or so prior, there's not a lot that I didn't feel like I want to come back to. And
Yeah.
this one, I was like, I feel revitalized. Like I want to come back to these songs. This feels fun. These are again, easy listening. And I love that. I love finding things to add to my playlist. So I'm giving this, I had a great time. 4.5.
I love it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Cody, for joining and for being here and giving us your thoughts and feelings and emotional outbursts. Do you have any recent recommendations? I know that we just podcasted 3 days ago, but
Yeah.
any music recs you have?
I don't at this time. I haven't listened to anything since the 3 days ago.
That's okay.
Other than podcasts. That's the only thing I've been listening to are podcasts. So
Any,
blank check with Griffin and David. That's a good
Mhm.
podcast, especially because they're usually like 2.5 hours or 3 hours long. So
So just letting them
heck yeah,
stream of
love it.
consciousness.
And I just listened to one today that was about one of my favorite Coen brothers movies, Miller's Crossing. So was really into that.
Nice. Oh, very fun. I know. Yeah, you like that movie.
Hmm.
Very good. I actually do have a recommendation today. Said last time that I feel like I haven't done it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going out of my way to listen to something on my to listen list, and I listened to the majority of the new Tyler Childers album, and I loved it. I highly recommend it. It is unhinged. The entire album is insane. Like, I think with the previous album that he put out, was it like a year and a half ago? It was very serious. It was also very short. There were like maybe 9 songs on the whole album. A lot of the songs were like love songs or like serious or, ballads. I think and it was successful, right? It got nominated for a Grammy. It didn't win.
Hmm.
I think he decided, you know what? We did the serious thing. Let's just go in the completely opposite direction. And it's insane. There are some great songs on there. None of them make any sense. I am here for it. So
What's your favorite song on there?
it's the biting list. That
Bite.
is one. Biting list is 100%. The opening song's really great. I think it's called it's not called Eating Good,
He's
but
just eating and biting.
yes, yes. And just um, yeah, he has such a unique voice, has such an interesting kind of like growl. Um, I found out that his band is the Food Stamps. That is their name, like Tyler Childers and the Food Stamps. That's
Oh,
so that was kind of fun. But yeah, I listen to Biting List. Um, Prepare to be confused and enjoy. Highly recommend Biting List.
love
And
it.
just the album as a general statement is very good. It is fun to it is kind of a good background listen as well. But yeah, there's only like one song I would determine as a skip. Everything else I was into. So
Give it another chance. Maybe it's not a skip.
true. Oh no, I'll listen again for sure. Um, And if you have any recommendations, you folks out there in the internet universe, if you have any recommendations or just want to chit chat with us, get any info about our podcast or any other recs that we got going on, you can join our Discord server. And you're always welcome to follow us on Instagram. We'll be posting, what time we're doing things, what's the next album coming up. So if you want to listen along, you absolutely can. Next week, we won't be here next week. We are going to be doing some traveling. So we will determine eventually and post on Instagram when the next this episode happens. But it's a new month. August starts in a couple days. So we are going to be starting our rock and roll themes. Our rock music is the next genre for the month of August. And our first album that we're covering is A Boy Named Goo by the Goo Goo Dolls. Great album title. Very excited for it. So again, thank y'all for being here. Thank you for hanging out, for being in the chat. You are loved and appreciated. Hope you have a great night, and we'll see you next time on 52